Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to remind you to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us. It helps us grow, reach more amazing learners like you, and keep bringing you fresh and fun content every week. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and let's keep this journey going strong.
Hello, my wonderful word adventurers, and a very warm welcome to another episode of Idiom Insights. I'm Emma, and I'm thrilled to be your guide today as we explore the fascinating archetypes and characters that live within the English language.
And I'm Jack, your co-pilot on this expedition into expression, here to make sure we don't take ourselves too seriously. It's great to be back, Emma. Today's idioms feel like a cast of characters from a great play. We have heroes, bosses, old friends, and the overly optimistic. It's a full house.
It really is, Jack. These phrases are personality portraits. They give us a shorthand to describe complex roles people play in our lives, from the person who saves the day to the one in charge of it all. Understanding them is like being given a backstage pass to the theater of everyday conversation.
I love the idea of a backstage pass. Well, the audience is seated and the curtain is about to go up. So, let's not keep them waiting. What are the 4 starring roles we'll be auditioning in this episode of Idiom Insights?
Let's reveal the cast list. First, we will be looking for a hero with the classic phrase, a knight in shining armor. Next, we will identify the person in charge, the one known as the big cheese. Then, we'll settle in for a long, friendly chat when we chew the rag. And finally, we will hear some classic, cautionary advice with the proverb, "Don't count your chickens before they hatch."
From heroes to chickens. It's going to be an eventful show. Before the first act begins, a quick message to our fantastic audience. If you enjoy our weekly performances, please consider hitting that subscribe or follow button. It's the best way to reserve your seat for every new episode, and it truly helps us grow.
We're so grateful for your support. Now, on with the show. Let's begin with that heroic figure. Our first idiom is a knight in shining armor.
This is one of the most romantic and visually powerful idioms we have. The image comes straight from fairy tales and medieval legends, a brave knight, in polished silver armor, riding a horse to rescue a princess from a dragon or a castle. In modern use, a knight in shining armor is anyone who comes to your rescue in a difficult or desperate situation, saving you from a problem you couldn't solve on your own.
It's such a strong image of salvation, isn't it? What I find interesting is how it's evolved. While it traditionally had that male rescues female dynamic, today it can apply to anyone. Your accountant who finds a way to save you a lot of money on your taxes could be your knight in shining armor. The friend who shows up with soup when you're sick is a knight in shining armor. It's about a timely and sometimes unexpected rescue.
Exactly. It's that feeling of I was completely stuck, and then suddenly, this person appeared and saved the day. Let's listen to a modern-day rescue. It sounds like Mark is having a technological nightmare.
No, no, no. This cannot be happening. Of all the times for my laptop to crash, it had to be now.
What's wrong? I heard you shouting from the other room. Is everything okay?
It is the opposite of okay. I have to give that huge presentation to the new clients in 1 hour, and my laptop has just gone completely blank. The presentation file, all my notes, everything is on there. I'm doomed.
Okay, don't panic. Let me take a look. I used to work in IT support, remember? Let me see what's going on.
Is it working? Can you fix it? My entire career is flashing before my eyes.
Okay. I bypassed the corrupted startup file and rebooted it in safe mode. And there we go. It's back on. Your presentation is right there on the desktop. You should save it to a USB stick right now, just in case.
You did it. It's working. Oh, you have no idea. You just saved me from total disaster. Mia, you are my knight in shining armor.
I love that. It's a perfect modern twist on the idiom. There's no dragon, but a crashed laptop an hour before a big presentation is a pretty terrifying monster for most of us.
Absolutely. And Mia, with her specific skills and calm demeanor, swooped in and saved the day. Mark's declaration of her as his knight in shining armor is filled with genuine relief and gratitude. It shows how the idiom is all about the act of rescue, not the gender of the rescuer. Who has been your unexpected knight in shining armor?
From the hero to the person in charge. Our second idiom today sounds a little cheesy. We're talking about the big cheese.
It's a brilliant, informal phrase. The big cheese is the most important or influential person in a group or organization. It's the boss, the leader, the head honcho. The origin is a bit debated, but the most likely theory is that it comes from the Persian and Urdu word chiz, meaning thing. So the real chiz meant the real thing, which evolved over time in British India to the cheese. The big cheese is the big thing, the important person.
That's a fascinating history. And it explains why the phrase has a slightly playful, informal feel. You probably wouldn't refer to the CEO of your company as the big cheese to their face, but you might say it to a colleague. It implies importance, but with a touch of humor, not necessarily deep respect.
Let's listen to Mia and Mark at a corporate event. They seem to be trying to figure out who's who in the zoo.
Wow, this networking event is even more intimidating than I expected. Everyone looks so important in their suits. I have no idea who I'm supposed to be trying to talk to.
I know what you mean. I feel like I should be making connections, but I don't know who the key players are. Is it that loud man in the corner who everyone seems to be laughing with?
I don't think so. Look over there, by the window. See that quiet woman in the simple black dress? She's not saying much. But every few minutes, a different person goes over to her, speaks with her for 30 seconds, and then walks away looking very pleased.
You're right. She has a line of people waiting to speak to her. Everyone else is trying to get her attention.
Exactly. Forget the loud guy. She's the one with the real power in this room. That's the big cheese. Let's see if we can get a moment with her later.
That is such a clever observation from Mia. The dialogue perfectly illustrates that the big cheese isn't always the most obvious or loudest person in the room. It's the person with the real influence.
Absolutely. The phrase is used here as a term of identification for the most important person. It's a savvy social observation. So, listeners, in your opinion, who is the big cheese in the world of music or film right now?
Okay, from the most important person in the room to a casual chat with an old friend. Our third idiom is chew the rag.
I love the homey, relaxed feel of this one. To chew the rag means to have a long, leisurely, informal chat with someone. It's not a serious discussion or a quick exchange of information. It's the kind of conversation you have with a good friend over a cup of coffee, where you just talk about anything and everything for a long time.
The origins are a little hazy. One theory is that women would gossip while sewing together, perhaps near a rag bag. Another, slightly less pleasant theory, suggests that sailors would chew on tough pieces of leather, or rag, during their long, idle hours at sea and chat. Whatever the origin, the meaning today is all about a friendly, rambling conversation.
It's the art of the catch-up. Let's listen to a conversation that starts with a simple plan but turns into something more.
Hi Mia, it's me. I'm just leaving the office now. Did you still need me to pick up milk on the way home?
Oh, hi. No, I got some earlier, so you don't need to stop. How was your day?
It was fine, the usual. How was yours? I heard you were meeting up with your old friend, Chloe, for coffee. I thought you'd only be an hour.
That was the plan. We were just going to have a quick coffee and say hello. But we hadn't seen each other in ages, and we just started talking. One thing led to another.
Let me guess. You solved all the world's problems, dissected your old school days, and planned your futures?
Pretty much. We ended up sitting in that cafe for 3 hours, just chewing the rag. It was so nice to properly catch up. I feel so much better for it.
That is the perfect description of this idiom in action. What was meant to be a short meeting turned into a long, therapeutic chat. The phrase chewing the rag perfectly captures that sense of losing track of time while talking with a good friend.
It really does. It's not about being productive, it's about connecting. A good session of chewing the rag can be better than any medicine. Who is the person you love to chew the rag with?
And that brings us to our fourth and final idiom of the episode. This is a piece of timeless advice. The proverb is "Don't count your chickens before they hatch."
A true classic, and one my parents told me all the time. This idiom means that you shouldn't get your hopes up or make plans that depend on a good thing happening before you are certain that it has actually happened. The image is of a farmer counting the money he'll get for a dozen chickens, when he only has a dozen eggs. Some of those eggs might not hatch.
It's a proverb about managing expectations and avoiding disappointment. It's a warning against over-optimism. For example, if you have a great job interview, you shouldn't quit your current job until you have the new job offer in writing. Otherwise, you're counting your chickens before they've hatched.
Let's hear someone getting a little ahead of themselves. It sounds like Mark is already spending his lottery winnings.
What are you looking at on that tablet? It looks like a website for a tropical vacation. Are you planning a getaway for us?
I am. I bought a lottery ticket for that big jackpot tonight. And when we win, I've decided we are going to book this exact all-inclusive resort in the Maldives for a whole month.
When we win? That's a very confident statement. It's a 1 in 100 million chance, you know.
But you have to be positive. I can already feel the sun on my face. After the Maldives, I'm going to buy that classic sports car I've always wanted.
Mark, my love. I admire your optimism, I truly do. But maybe you shouldn't plan the vacation and buy the car just yet. Let's wait until after the lottery numbers are actually drawn. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Mia is the voice of gentle reason there. Mark is deep into his fantasy, and she has to bring him back to reality. Her use of the proverb is a kind way of saying, let's slow down and not get carried away.
It's a perfect use case. The idiom serves as a gentle break on his runaway enthusiasm, reminding him that the good outcome is still only a possibility, not a certainty. Can you think of a time when you counted your chickens before they hatched and were disappointed?
And with that wise advice, we've met our full cast of characters for today. Let's have a quick curtain call.
We started with the heroic rescue from a knight in shining armor.
We identified the powerful leader in the room, the big cheese.
We enjoyed a long, friendly, rambling conversation when we learned to chew the rag.
And we were reminded not to get ahead of ourselves with the proverb, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
We hope you enjoyed the show today and that you feel ready to use these fantastic phrases. They are guaranteed to give your English more character.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed this episode, we would be so grateful if you would leave us a like or a review. And please don't forget to subscribe to Idiom Insights to make sure you have a front row seat for our next performance.
Thank you all so much for your time and for listening. Until next time, stay curious.
Goodbye for now, everyone.